Alright, so we all know our ranked games last week were a bit tough on us, so I thought I'd go through and have a look at the games and try and analyse what it was that was so bad and see if we can try and improve on it. So firstly, about ward placement, being able to put a ward in a bush without the enemy seeing it. Checking the enemy's gear so that we know if we can take them on. Knowing the enemy's ult and when it comes up. Knowing the enemy's jungler position and making sure we ward safely accordingly. Taking care to make sure we haven't left a lane pushed and undefended. Stopping tunnel vision, which is a big one for me. Making sure your team is close by before you start a team fight. And finally, talking about creep score to make sure it stays even or better. Now, I just want everyone to know that I'm not doing this to try and point blame at anybody. I'm definitely as culpable for the things that went wrong, as you'll see. But I thought by doing this, at least then we can see what we've done wrong and try and improve on it for future games. And if anyone else has got something that they've noticed or want to talk about, please put it in the comments below or on Facebook. So in terms of ward placement, you'll notice that Fiora is alerted to Glenn with the little flash of the ward right now. So she's seen that the ward has gone down and she started to back off. So I think it'd be better to put the ward sort of more like down here, something like that, and then she won't see it. So we're coming up to first blood, so let's just have a look at what gear they've got. Nasus has really only health and rejuve, whereas she's got a long sword. Okay, so we'll just roll it out. And Glenny comes in for a potential gank, however, because Nasus is so low here, and unaware of the ultimate being ready, you can see that she just turns the ult on, even with Nasus' ult on top, it's just not enough, and down goes Nasus. Okay, so this is second blood. Let's look at Brendan's gear. He's got a Chalice of Harmony, which has given him 37 AP, whereas Lark's, she's got the Chalice of Harmony, the Amplifying Tomb, and a Dorian's Ring. So she's actually got 70 ability power there. And so that's why she's going to just nuke Brendan in this engage. Just unfortunate. Okay, so if we look at the minimap now, we'll see Jarvan. It's just walked over a ward and we've seen him coming down, but we're not really aware of where he is and what he's doing. So he comes down and he sweeps, finds out there's no wards in there, so we probably should have put a ward in there knowing they're so far pushed ahead like that. Okay, so he's just sitting in there waiting for an opportunity, and I step forward way too far. Braum tries to come in, rescue me, and then a really nice flash ultimate from Jaina will knock him right out of position, and not much you can do in this situation. I think his stand behind me was on cooldown, so Lucian just drops him. Or actually, I think it might have been red buff that ticked over and killed him. Okay, so the Orianna roam comes down to try and help us defend this bottom tower. Yet her ultimate misses, unfortunately. We start hammering onto Lucian though and get him down very, very low, but the heals come in and dashes, and so we eventually get absolutely nothing out of this. And we actually lose two things out of this. And the first one starts here, where we've got a very late teleport coming in, down here, and try to get a kill onto Lucian there, and it eventuates into nothing. However, in the top lane, we've got Fiora just dropped our top outer turret, and still we're hanging around trying to do something down the bottom here. Trying to back and then decide not to, and then meanwhile we've just been delayed because Fiora's up in the top lane here, taking out another turret. Nasus tries to back. It's just way too late, unfortunately. And the second thing that goes wrong here is because we've all started backing, it's then given them a free roam over the dragon pit here, and Lucian comes in and starts off the dragon and they take it out. So we've lost two turrets and a dragon, and that's devastating for us. And then And Dickhead Me has seen a low Jarvan, so I've tried to come in and ult, but I wasn't even looking at my screen, and I don't even see these guys just nuke me. Doesn't matter on my half. Okay, then we get a little bit of a retribution kill. Good roam down from Nasus. Gives us a kill onto Lucian because he was just too pushed, too confident I suppose. So that was a good thing for us. So yeah, Lux is just mighty fed now and can 1v2 if Brendan gets nuked. Tony comes in to try and save Turret, gets a kill onto Jarvan, but then continues chasing, and Bushy doesn't realise he's getting surrounded by Fiora. So I've tried to come up and do something to rescue him, but then I didn't realise myself that I was being surrounded. So I try and get a bit of a kill onto Jarvan, and I'm just not fed enough. And a good ult from Jaina will knock me well and truly away, and death. And of course, as all that was going on, Lucian takes out our turret, giving them even more of a lead. Okay, so let's just look at the gold lead now. So it's 7,600 gold lead to them at only 1826. Yeah, so that's quite a substantial gold lead, and the game's pretty much over for us from now because they're all just too fed. And they get themselves 2 more kills in mid, and so it's just snowballing out of our control at this point. And then the second turret is about to get down, but instead they're just going to get a couple more kills. Turret goes down, Glenny dies, and I don't know what I'm trying to do, trying to get some kind of kill. Flash was just a total fail. I do a good little step juke here, but I still die for my troubles anyway. But I'll just show you what I did there because it was kind of cool. And on a different character it would be a good little juke, like a LeBlanc or something like that. And so I've walked into the bush, lost vision of me, and they think I'm going one way where I step out the other. However, if I was on like a LeBlanc, I could have jumped over this bush here or flashed if I had it available. And then the next turret goes down. Speed it up a little bit. And then we've tried to go in and get something from it, but we're really out of position. And as you can see, I'm not even near the fight, so there was just nothing would ever come out of that. And Dragon goes down, and there's a really nice luck save onto Jaina there. But I think her shield would have allowed it to survive anyway. And this is how out of control fed Fiora got. She's got 1 kill, and she gets a double kill, triple kill, and only just stopped by Nasus. But as you can see, the gold difference is well and truly out of our favour. Okay, so I'm just going to speed it up, super crazy speed for the rest of the game because it's game over anyway. Another turret goes down, and another. Got 1 kill out of that one. Okay, so there's Fiora just pushing out the top lane and backing off. Other team fight top goes haywire. And base turret taken down, couple more kills. Fended it off a little bit, but it's all way too late by now. And Lucian comes in, takes out the inhibitor. Another turret. Another inhibitor. And so they just come in and wipe us out. Off every turret, and because they're so cocky, they decide not to end it there, and they back it out and stay around too long to get 8 out of it, but then take a Baron. And destroy it. So yeah, this is just one of those games where they beat us at the beginning and just snowballed out of control. There's not much we can do about it once it happens, but we can try and prevent it from happening by playing a bit better early game. It's very important to get a good early start in, and otherwise this will just happen over and over again. So let's just look at the stats here and the gear. So you can see we're totally underfed in comparison to them, and their CS scores a lot higher than ours, which then equates into obviously a lot more gold across the board for everyone, and obviously that's kills involved too. But we'll just go back and have a look at the gold difference earlier on, and so you can see it's already snowballed out of control, and it's just going to get worse from here. Everybody is well and truly behind on the enemy team's gold, and there's an 8,200 gold lead overall. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is our CS, and just making sure that we can maintain either a lead or at least balance between our enemy's CS score and our own, because it does equate into extra items if you are behind. Now you can see that Brendan is behind by a fair bit, so to counter this I think we should probably get something like the jungler, or perhaps even the support can come up just to ease off a little bit of the pressure and allow our team member to get the last hits while denying the enemy from getting CS, and that way we can kind of even the score out a little bit. So you might just say, yeah, well, they had a platinum player in there and a couple of silvers, and of course they're going to beat us, but you know, if we want to get better we've got to play against better people, so hopefully we can learn something from this and get better for next time.